Without further ado, let's get to it, man. Welcome to another episode of Interviews with the Foreign Magazine, where we go beyond the veil into the thoughts, ideas, and perspectives of each guest that we sit down with.
Yeah.
And today, we have the lovely Tierra Tanai in the building. What's going on, sis? How you doing?
What's the deal? You already know my name. Big Mama, Big AP, Big Rider, Tierra Tanai, a.k.a. AP. I'm in this month. How y'all feeling?
Yeah, good. Definitely good to have you on.
Good to be here,
We've
definitely.
been trying to put this together for quite some time.
Yes,
Finally,
yes.
was able to do it.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on. You've always been a worker.
Yes.
Ever since you came on my radar, you've been a worker, grinding, jack of all trades.
Thank you.
And I feel like it was only right that we had you pull up, man, so we can get to know you a little bit more, and we can kind of get an idea of what your goals and things that you want to strive for.
Absolutely.
In 2025.
For sure.
Just to start off, what's been the vibes of the day? How you been feeling? How things been going for you?
Today has been good. Today has been great. Shout out to Fleeked by Jazz. She got my face together. That's my head MUA. So I started off my day getting my makeup did. You know what I'm saying? I had to get right and get prepared for this. Because after this interview, we're actually starting the promo run of our visuals for my project Birth of a Rider, which I am dropping this year. That's really been the name of the game, is just stepping on my own neck and being consistent, because this project I've been working on for 2 years now. I said I was going to drop it last year on my birthday. I said I was going to drop it the year before that on my birthday, and I just still have not gotten there. So with 2024 being the year of clarity and really just sitting down, listening to what God had to tell me, getting my personal life in order, getting my finances in order, I really needed that time to figure out what I was going to do, because I ain't gonna lie, like last year I thought so many times of giving up music, like wholesomely. Like I'm just like, yeah, I'm pretty much done with this. Like I just...
If I may add, what you think been kind of slowing you down? Because like the bars is there. Like
me,
you're not the traditional. Well, I'm not gonna say you're not the traditional. I would say that to some degree you are the traditional artist.
Yeah,
Where you got substance. You coming with the bars.
Yeah.
It ain't all about and no disrespect to anybody that is talking about
coochie. Yeah, I know we was going there.
But you got a balance though. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
What would you say is slowing you down from being that artist that you aspire to be?
Being in my own head. Honestly, that's crazy, because I suffer with anxiety a lot, real bad. So I can say me allowing what I've been seeing just in the industry, and I think a lot of people sometimes maybe hate to admit it, but like when you are such an empathetic person, you do let what's going on around you kind of affect you at times, even if it has nothing to do with you. So I was just watching the music industry, and I felt like I was just seeing so much going on. So many people get, receptivity, and I'm just like, I know I'm hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I felt like last year was my slow year, but it was only because I was sitting down. And I don't know how to sit down. So because that was my first year sitting down, I felt like I wasn't doing anything productive towards what I needed to do. But it's because I really did need to sit down. You know what I'm saying? Like to map out, plan out, finance everything, like, because it's like you got to invest in yourself, and I wasn't doing that the right way last year. Like 2023 was a great year for me because I was on every festival, on everything, doing everything, because it was intentional, and I was intentional on sitting down last year, and it messed me up. Like it made me depressed because I wasn't doing stuff. So I'm like, this ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? Just go get a job, become, a regular person. Like it's stressing you out too much. Don't do it. But it's because my perception was not where it needed to be at that time. Like
I definitely understood.
Yeah.
Understood. With you, not only are you an artist, but of course you do your cooking.
Yes.
We always see you in the kitchen. You got your spa thing that you do.
Yes.
And then you also host parties.
I do.
And events and different things like that. In terms of balance.
Yeah.
Coming into this year, like, what's your strategy to like balance out your schedule to make sure that either A, you fulfill all your goals in those different arenas, or B, kind of narrow it down to just a few things that that you really want to lock in with? Like, what's your strategy for that?
So to tag into both of those, because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm actually narrowing down my focus. So the focus this year is literally the album, and making sure that I just promote the podcast, The Lion's Den. I narrowed it down to 2. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be my focus this year. But then also prayer. Like, I felt like I lacked a lot of God last year. And I felt like that's where a lot of my struggle comes from, because I'm very, very close. Like, me and God, I'm his baby, you know? So it's like, I felt like I wasn't intentional with my prayer. I wasn't intentional with my purpose or my plan. And I'm big on the 5 Ps, like proper planning prevents poor performance, like being organized this year. Like, stop letting your anxiety come because of you not being prepared. It's like we literally be in our own way. Like, we had to go somewhere at 1. I don't start getting ready to 12:30, and now I'm freaking out. Now my whole day is messed up. Like, you are the power. Like, it starts with you. So that's really what I've been on since the start of this year. Like, pray every day. Make the time. You know what I'm saying? Be intentional and just show up as your full self. Like, don't allow yourself to overwhelm yourself. Like, because I don't even let people irritate me for real. I cut somebody off so fast. So it's like, you really be stressing yourself out. And that's what I had to realize. Like, we done with that, because that's holding me back. Like, I got so many places I know I can be. And I'm not even going to say I could have been by now, because God don't, make no mistakes. Everything happens when it's supposed to. And I feel like this is the year that I needed that mental clearance and clarification to really be connected with myself again and recognize, like, you've been the only one in your way. You can't blame nobody for where you haven't gone, you know?
100%. No, 100%. And that's the thing too with like stress, anxiety. Like, I had to learn that, when it comes to like stress, it's really you just understanding that you have a lot of responsibility and things that you know that you have to take care of. And when you're not meeting those, the pressure weighs on the mind. Literally. Not being able to meet. So like you say, I got a meeting at 1 o'clock. I'm going to get up at 12. And I'm going to try to get ready and do like,
come on now. Why are you doing
that? Like, so I definitely understand where you coming from with that. If we can, let's just rewind it a little bit.
Let's do it.
Let's get the people to know a little bit more who you are personally. Tell us where you from, coming up in the city. What was it like for you?
Big East Side, big rider, Grew up on Chalmers and Harper. That's my hood, East Line. And grew up with my family. Big Mama is not just something that I made up when Lotto started, making it and saying her song. Big Mama is literally an entire ordeal as to who I am, my personality. On top of that, my great-grandma, her name was Big Mama, and everyone always says that I'm just like her. And who she was in our family, she was the cook. She was the nurturer. She always had people at her house, you know what I'm saying, cooking. She always made sure she cussed you out if you was doing something foolish, but she gonna give you a kiss and a hug right after. Like, that was literally the essence of Big Mama. So when I say that, like, I put my full everything on that, like that is just who I am. And so Big Mama transferring over, to the whole Riders and the Tierra Tanai. Tierra Tanai I started doing music when let my mom tell it, 2 years old. I started off singing. Never once, y'all, and people be so amazed at this, but never once did I say I wanted to rap. Never wanted to be a rapper. I sung in the church up until I was 14 years old. I sung in the choir in school up until my freshman year. And like, I've always been singing. Rapping was never a part of any of that. So it just so happened there was a series of different things, but like, I was hanging out with my homegirls at the time. We would be in a car high, just playing around on some freestyle and stuff, but never really being serious. But I know that the way I felt when I would hear Lil Wayne rap, like the way I start feeling when I was a damn near like junior, senior in high school, and I was so misunderstood to where Tyler, the Creator, was the only person that I was listening to during that time. And then I became OF like a motherfucker, like, and then past that, when I really just started listening, when I found out I was pregnant at 19, I started listening to Chance the Rapper, who got me through my pregnancy. Like, I'm just like, you keep leaning to all these rappers. You know what I'm saying? What is that? And I really felt the connection with them. So then I got into my first, what I would consider real relationship. And that's when I ended up having my daughter. And being in a relationship with my child's father, like, we had so many ups and downs. Like, I pretty much dealt with everything but disease. You know what I'm saying? Like, dealing with him. And so I genuinely had to figure out how to put my emotions on paper, but I could not sing everything of how I was feeling. Like,
that's interesting.
I was so mad I couldn't sing it.
And that I get exactly what you're saying. Singing because of like how R&B is structured,
Yeah.
it don't allow you to
You
like
can't really get there with that, you know?
But with rap, like you can play with the words so many different ways.
You can get as grungy as you want. You can growl on that bitch.
For sure. No, I get it.
For real. So that's really what started the factor of AP, because I'm like, okay, Tierra Tanai, most people who know me, I'm a very, very sweet person. I'm very spicy. I'm a Leo. So this whole lion's den, the lion that you see, that's all a part of my essence. It's literally who I am, like, as a person. Nothing that I come up with or say is like fraudulent to what it is that I actually am representing in real life as far as my purpose. So with me being a Leo, with me having the essence of my big mama, with me singing and now wanting to start rapping, I'm just like, okay, how are you gonna do this? Because once I started rapping, everybody wanted me to rap. Then they like, fuck the singing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, I love singing though, you know what I'm saying? So trying to create that balance was very difficult for a long time for me, because I didn't even know I could rap, like I said. And then once I start rapping, I realized how hard I was and like how easier it was for me to verbalize how I was feeling rapping versus singing. And I'm just like, damn, but you love singing. So then I just started finding myself. Like life just started happening to me. I start writing stuff that I thought was horrible, but then I start pairing it with stuff, little pieces of music, you know, and just creativity, man. Like being an artist, you really have to go through the worst of things, you know what I'm saying, to really find yourself, because you never really know all you can do until you hit rock bottom, I feel like. And that's the same thing, just equivalent, like with spirituality, you know what I'm saying, and just being godly. Like you're gonna be at your lowest point when you finally get to realize, like, dang, I don't like feeling like this. I don't want to be here no more. And God gonna meet you halfway because you tired of feeling like that. So it's like, pick yourself up, let's do this. So 100%. I had to figure out what I was doing to meet those things in the middle. And I'm like, okay, for one, you got to stop being so angry, because that's why you can't find your groove to sing no more, because now you done got so mad with this rapping shit, you cussing everybody out.
And that's the thing too, though. Like that's one of the things that I definitely like. Yeah, we gotta hit this, because it's kind of like it's a gift, right?
Yes,
it's a gift. But so I look at characteristics like a coin, right? Mm-hmm. You got heads and you got tails, right? This coin, which is the characteristic that you have, it can produce two different things.
Literally.
If you don't bring balance to it, it could be used in a negative way.
Yes.
And you are very opinionated.
Yes.
Which is good though, but you be going on your rants. You supposed to be on the show with Randy. You know what I mean? What is it?
Yes.
Let's rant. Like, but all in all, I kind of wanted to, just to reverse it. We're going to get to that.
Yeah.
But you said something that stood out to me, and it was about being misunderstood in high school.
Yes.
If you was to say in what way do you feel like you was misunderstood, what would that be?
I would say just who I was as a person, me being so positive, so bubbly. All the kids wasn't like that, you know what I'm saying? So I was so misconstrued so many times. Like I had been lost my virginity before I actually lost my virginity. Like I was doing all time. Like people were just always saying something about me. And so I dealt with what I could just genuinely say. I felt like it was bullying. But then once I got sick of it, then I started bullying the bullies, you know what I'm saying? But it was really like that. Like I had people in my life, but I could never have people that really just understood me. Like my friends, they weren't really my friends, you know, they were just around because of my personality. And I realized that as I became an adult, like people are gonna love you for the things you say, the things you do for them. But like when it get time to really deal with who Tierra is, like ain't nobody really gonna be around for that. And I really recognized that. And the only thing that was around for me was music. Like it's just, that's it. Like the girls I was cool with, they was either like too turned up, you know what I'm saying, for me at the time. Like I could be, everybody know I could be turned, but it's like I really am big mama. Like I like to have fun and I like to go right back in the house. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that definitely shows, because like that's the thing, even when we was talking about the ranting, it's so hot and cold because you'll go there, you know, you'll end up going in on behaviors of men, right?
Yeah, that's me. I love that.
and then you'll flip around and make a meal and be like,
I love a black man. I'm gonna
see what I'm
cook for my
saying?
kid.
So I definitely can understand that. What would you say was like one of the most like heartbreaking things in terms of friendships that you experienced?
My best friend sleeping with my man. That I think that was it, and it wasn't even just because I had friends even before her that would do it with guys I was just talking to, but I guess it didn't mean that much to me because I always had the mindset like, don't mess with my man, but then I also had the mindset that these niggas is niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's even with me. I have so much struggle because I'm hot and cold in real life. Like I be so understanding, you know, of just so many things. Like I can really see so many perspectives. Then at the same time, I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? So that was actually the one thing that hurt me because that was the only thing I can honestly say that I'm still working on letting go. Like people have done worse to me than that, you know? And I feel like I've been able to forgive. And I don't know why that's just something that really bothered me. And I think it's just because I knew.
Yeah.
And I ignored it. Like I allowed myself.
Saying, right.
Like
the signs.
Yeah, the signs were there. Like, but I was just like, no, you know? So
if I may ask, like how did you find that out?
Somebody texted me. And it's so crazy because it was around the time where I caught myself actually really trying to work on things with the man, even at that time. And her and I were still cool. We weren't as close, you know, just naturally as we got older. But someone ended up texting me like, yeah, so-and-so slept with so-and-so. And they did the same thing to me. But they just didn't want you to know because everybody know how you are. And so I'm like,
you're playing with my top because you know, like...
Cause you like what? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm gonna be the first one to be on that, you know? So I'm just like, and I was really trying during this time too to be a calmer person, a better person, cause I do have temperament issues. Like I had to take anger management, like I done did, you know, some things that led me to being in situations that I didn't really want to be in, but that passion and that emotion that I carry, like in all my, I'm not real spiritual, the zodiac and stuff, but somebody told me all my stuff point to fire. Like my north, south, east, west, all my signs are just fire. So it's just, I'm a big old ball of fire. So it was real, you know, hard. So when I received the information, I'm like, okay, it's cool, you know, I'm just gonna call her. So I shot her a text, I just showed her a screenshot of what they sent me. In my head, if you a real bitch and you didn't do that or somebody lying on you, you instantly gonna be like, oh hell no, you gonna call me.
For sure.
That girl said, I'm gonna call you in a second. My heart fell in my ass, okay? And I was like,
it's true.
It's true. Oh my God. So I sent it to him. They're lying. Of course to him it didn't happen. And I'm just like, child. And that's actually so funny because I ended up seeing her years later. I was on a date with a random dude out to eat. And I made a story time about this too, y'all. This is the first time I ever got snook in my life. I have fought 1,000 times and I never got snook. This is the first time I ever got snook. I'm at Debo's on a date with somebody. I didn't know this man from a can of paint. He from Memphis. He not even from here. So we having a good time, but how spiritual I am and how God really done me playing, I be feeling stuff in my gut, but my goofy ass be ignoring it sometimes, and I always see why, you know what I'm saying? I should have listened. So something in me told me not to go there. Let's go somewhere else. I literally felt it in my stomach, like go somewhere else. And I'm just like, no, fuck, we just gonna stay. We already here. So I stayed there. I done seen a girl in there with her nigga. All I did was laugh because I'm just like, this is crazy because I know me. I done said 1,000 things. Bitches on site, da-da-da. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna fight. So, of course me, I text my sister like, da-da, because she knows her too. And I'm like, so-and-so is here. What I do is I walk past her because I'm like, if we're gonna fight, we just gonna do a little 30 seconds in the bathroom or something. Like, I'm just...
Not on the
I
prison.
swear to God.
Hold on.
I'm not lying. Like, I dead ass.
Prison, like, meet me in the bathroom.
But I thought that I'm so serious, y'all. I really was just like, okay, if she a real bitch, she gonna meet me in the bathroom. Like, fuck, I walked past you. I stayed in that bathroom for 10 minutes. If I was her, I would have walked in the bathroom like, bitch, what's up? Or at least I would have said something. So she never came in the bathroom. I'm standing there for no fucking reason. I walk out. I'm like, okay, bitch, ain't no shit. That's what I'm putting in my head. So I'm defense down. We sitting at the bar. We fixing to go. Our food's done. We done ate. boom, boom, boom. But as we're sitting there, more people start to come with them. So I'm like, oh, this bitch about to try to jump me, child. So I'm like, all right, boom, let's go. Because all my people at work, I ain't got nobody here with me. I don't know this nigga from campaign. I don't know if he hit host. Like, you know, I said, like, I don't know what this situation about to be. So I go out.
He's like, I'm hoping. Yeah.
I hope he go hit a bitch today. So this nigga pissed me clean off. I never heard from me a day again in his fucking life after that. I fucking go outside. I hear my name being called. Tierra. And I'm like, it literally sounded like a bird in the wind. So I'm like, oh, this bitch is following me out the fucking restaurant. So I go to my car. This bitch, let's talk. So mind you, I want to talk because I need answers, bitch. Why you fuck my nigga? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, my feelings is hurt as fuck, bitch. So she like, that didn't happen like that. She goes to persist on how the situation happened but didn't happen because this nigga's dicks wasn't fully hard. And I'm just like, the fact that y'all got to that.
There? Yeah,
why are we there? You were I was going to make you my child's godmother, ma'am. Like, that's how it was for me. So I'm like, thank God I didn't. But yeah, so we talking. She's still thinking we cool. So she like, cause I know her. So like she grabbing my hand, like, cause you know, we both talk with our hands. So she like, Tierra, it wasn't like that. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't touch me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't cool. Bitch, I'm just trying to have a conversation. So she's giving her peace. I'm talking, next thing I know, my little ponytail done got pulled. I had a mohawk, actually. I had a little puffball mohawk. So I had 3 to 4 mohawks. I'm talking to her face to face. Where this nigga at? He didn't say, he didn't do nothing. I turned my head. That nigga went, I couldn't even see him. I don't know where the fuck that nigga was at. But when I finally turned around and seen it was a whole random bitch that I'd never seen in my fucking life, grabbed my fucking hair, I done had to turn around. Now I'm fucking hitting this bitch on somebody's car. The security done came out. Y'all need to stop fighting. He want to say stop fighting after I done get my fucking ups. Now, bitch, are you fucking kidding me? I just got attacked.
Hey, that's the worst, though.
Are you kidding me?
Say they get off and then
I didn't even get a chance to really do my 1-2. I did a 1-2, but not a 3-4-5. So I'm like, I am pissed. 5 niggas over here with her. Da-da-da-da. I leave my strap at home. The day I leave my strap at home, I would have picked a rip a bitch. I'm just like, this is crazy. So that was the most betraying thing that ever happened. And that bitch gonna have the nerve to try to fight me like I fucked her nigga. Yeah, are you okay?
And I'm about to say, that's the unfortunate thing.
Are you okay?
You know, you in the wrong and you playing it like, you know, if I know that I was in the wrong, I'm going to automatically tell my peoples or whoever like, hey, you know what I mean? Especially if the relationship was what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You say like that's something that you still struggle with. Do you think that knowing that men and women are capable of doing that, do you feel that going into new relationships and things like that, that is automatically a thing that's striking up in how you know, see the person that you in a relationship, whether it be a new friend or whether it be
I am not gonna lie, yeah, absolutely. And that's even funny that you said that because I never like really fully recognized it until now, but I don't trust no motherfucking body, okay? And past just that, like, I was 14, 15 when I found out my dad wasn't my real dad.
Oh, wow.
So trust has been something that hasn't been in my life for a very, very long time, which is why I had to lean on God because I couldn't lean on people.
Man, 100%, 100%. And I, you know what? I that's the thing that I get a joy out of when doing these. That's why it's called interviews. Yeah. INNER views.
Wow.
You know, because man, we go through a lot of stuff, you know, especially pursuing, you know, our goals and everything that we trying to do. Yeah. And oftentimes we kind of struggle with why aren't we here? Why aren't things moving fast enough? Or I am here, but I'm still going through a lot of internal things. Yeah, I feel stuck. I feel like I can't, go to the next level. And usually it is a spiritual thing that's going on. And it is a, it's trauma from experiences, that we all go through. So I'm definitely glad that you open enough to, share that with us.
I had to be.
When you, fast forward a little bit and going into just your creativity and kind of like just where you at right now. Yeah. As you go into, first I want to talk about the podcast, like creating the podcast and then, going into it this year. like, what was the thing that made you even want to start doing that in general?
I would say my personality. People, and I couldn't even say it was just me that wanted to start. I think it was everyone around me, like my riders. And just so people know, my riders are my supporters. That is what I consider. I don't like calling people fans. You know, my riders is like family to me. And riders actually means devoted to God in Arabic. So that is something that is very, like, I stick to you, my rider, like that. I really love the term riders because it means a lot to me. Got its head behind my ear too, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the podcast, it was all my riders' support. They're like, girl, your personality is too big. Like, people would be like, I want you to interview me. Like, and I'm just like, damn, like, I didn't know. So I'm just like, okay, fuck it. And I had the idea, and like me and my past videographer at the time, her name is Weatherfield Photography. She wanted to start a podcast as well. So we just like, but she's not the face. She don't want to be like, she didn't want her face to be on nothing, you know? So I'm like, okay, well, girl, you know me. Like, I don't mind. Hello. So we started it and we just did it. And our first initial like episode that really took us somewhere and got us the receptivity was with Rocky Bad, of course. Sure. And it was just divine timing how it all planned out, because when I had finally booked the space to shoot it, around that time, she started her podcast tour. And so, and she was looking out, you know, to reach out with new podcast. And I'm new as hell. I didn't have nobody on my shit, but me and Rocky, we know each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, our dads knew each other, shit like that. So it's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna try my luck. You know, I reached out to her, like, you know, and I also know Curtis too. Shout out to Crowd Freaks. And so I'm like, fuck with y'all, baby. You know what I'm saying? They like, we gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And it just took off. And the difference between the Lions Den and just, I feel like, other podcasts is that I really focus on not just entertainment, but healing. Like you said, interviews, like, I want to know who you are.
For sure.
I love the Instagram stuff. Awesome. But how did we get there? You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I be wanting to know. And just knowing that I have, God willing, the energy that people are able to be comfort and like just comfortable around. They can be themselves. They can really share parts of themselves with me that maybe they wouldn't with anybody else, and feel comfortable doing that. Like, I know that I'm purposeful in that way, because I've been in spaces where random people have come up to me and told me their whole life story, don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Just pouring on to me. And that's also another reason why coming into this year, it's like, it ain't nothing you can't take. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing you can't deal with. Like, you done dealt with everything from losing family, losing friends, losing partners, domestic. Like, I've gone through almost everything in life. So it's like, now, how can you say you can get I don't know, like, overwhelming now, it's just like, it ain't nothing but you see what I'm saying? Yeah, like, you can't allow yourself to get overwhelmed. Like, when
you done been to hell and back, like, how
Come
far
on now. You know what I'm saying?
Like, this ain't nothing.
That's what I be saying. So that's why it's like, now with the whole organization and stuff, like, girl, you done been through everything. Like, just do it. You know what you need to do. Write this shit down. Plan the dates. Just do it. So, like, with the Lions Den, like I said, Season 2 is gearing up for this year. I'm super excited because I've already got my catalog of people, you know what I'm saying, who going to be on there, who I'm connecting with. Got the spaces, like, getting the shit done.
We get some exclusive drops. Who you thinking of, who you got possibly pulling up?
You actually had a few of the people that I'm having on there as well, but I'm doing, we got to do a follow-up with Taylor Bentley, Blueprint, Bentley, whatever the fuck she want to go by. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to sis. Yeah, we got Shawty Cash going to be on there as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going double. I'm not playing with these niggas. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot going on. So that was just little sneak peekies.
In terms of when you look around at the landscape of the city right now, and, like, we lit.
Yeah.
On all levels.
On all levels.
You know, even
turned
the
up.
Pistons making a 360
we
right now.
We turned up by me, I mean? Yeah.
So, you know, I got bro over here.
You shady.
You know, like, yeah, like, we turned on all cylinders, man. So, you see, sis got the Lions jersey on since when? Since when, though? Like, you feel me?
Right. Let me tell you something. It's so funny. I have not been to no Lions game, but shout out to Muhammad, because this is actually a custom Lions jersey. I'm actually a brand ambassador for a local brand in Detroit right now. They have a dispensary out in Ypsilanti and on the east side of Detroit called Muhammad's. But, you know, I had to rock. I'm just feeling real Detroit. It's giving real East Side girl. Like, I had to come to the Forum magazine with that shit on, because I was just feeling real D-girl. I had the mink on too. I didn't want to do too much.
Straight up. Playing it crazy like
you know,
that.
Like real Detroit shit. So
you know, like, being that it's lit and you got your, you know, your lane, like, overall, from a media standpoint, I feel like we're going through like a media renaissance right now.
Man, what?
You know, when you look around, there are so many platforms, podcasts, one mic things going on. Like we really got
These
our
people
own
going
industry
crazy.
right now.
Literally.
And you a part of that. You know, where do you see yourself like within the next 5 years with everything that you got going?
My name is going to be planted. Okay, 5 years, that's more than enough time because all I need is this year to do what I need to do for real. So 5 years, everybody's gonna know the Lions Den podcast talk show. Like it's going to be an actual, like how Carisha got her thing. That's the desirement for that. Like, past YouTube, we're gonna have our own streaming distribution.
That's hard.
Network. My name with my music is gonna be far beyond what I could only dream for it to be. Because I've worked really hard, and I work really, really hard. I know my work ethic is there. The talent is there. The passion is there. So the only thing that I needed to get up was my money. Like, and still, like, that's it. And if that's the only thing that I was, quote unquote, missing,
then I'm good.
I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. And that's really what it was for me, just getting my pape together. Like,
when it comes to the album, you say you about to do an album.
Birth of a Rider. I'm so excited.
Birth of a Rider, and that's a hell of a name too. Like when you think about debut albums, and then to hear that title and knowing what Rider mean to you, that's a perfect name. Do you have an idea how many tracks that you plan on having on there? The direction that you plan on, going? Like, do you have that kind of set already?
I absolutely do. So for my true riders, y'all know, the very first thing I dropped was my mixtape, and that was called 5. That's on SoundCloud and other streaming platforms. That was just a mixtape of all cover songs, 90s cover songs. Transformed that into my album, my very first album, Heart of a Lion. That dropped almost 4 or 5 years ago. My shit's still stagnant. It's still like moving. So I'm like, okay, you got off with not dropping something in years. So I ended up dropping an EP called The Perfect Storm. I collaborated with a producer in Detroit called Midwest Legacy. We came up with, that was a more R&B vibe. I'm like, okay, so now how do you introduce yourself fully as to the version you are today? You're not dealing with your baby daddy no more. You done shed those friends that you wasn't fucking with. You got your support system around you, the people that actually are your people. Like, how do you represent Tierra today, AP, Big Mama, now? So Birth of a Rider, because it's the rebirth. Like, y'all done got the heart of a lion. Y'all got the base of what I was trying to do. Now I'm going to show y'all not what I'm trying to do, but what I can do, what I've been curating over all of this time. And I finally mixed and mastered the art of singing and rapping. And everyone knows, like, I'm just a 90s vibe. Like, I love, that's just where I'm stuck at, and it shows in my music. You know what I'm saying?
Me personally,
I agree.
Like, what's better than the 90s?
What's better than the 90s? So it's like, that's the whole thing that I want to embody with just everything that I'm doing. So with that, I was able to bring the 90s, but urbanize it a little bit with Birth of a Rider and mix the singing and the rapping together. And I have all original work. So these are real songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, songs you can hear in a movie, songs you can hear on the radio, songs you can hear playing on a fucking football commercial. Like, these are songs, and it's like, I'm not even just targeting for Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real music that I'm finally making right now with Birth of a Rider, and I'm just super excited because I've been busting my ass.
It sounds like you got something already made,
I got something cooking. I got about, right now I'm going to say about 18 tracks because I'm thinking about adding 2. That's what I'm saying. It's a full body of work. And when I say I've been working for 2 years on this, I've been working for it to be a no-skip album. So that's what's been taking me so long to put it out. Like,
you got any plans on having like any features or whatever? I know you mentioned Rocky.
That's funny. I actually do have a track for her.
Okay.
I do have a track for her. I have to feed it to her first, but I didn't already say her name in it, so it's planted in the seed.
Sure.
She gotta get on it.
And Rocky's so 100, man.
She is,
is, I don't see why.
It's gonna be fire.
She know you serious about it.
Exactly.
You really, locked in. I don't see why she, wouldn't do it.
And it's crazy because the only people I actually wanted on the project that I had open slots for is Rocky and Sada.
Dope.
That's really
that ain't far-fetched. So I think, like, even with...
And I just opened up for him, man. We just hosted his show that he just had in December. So I'm like, and he remembered me too. He like, oh, what up, sis? I'm like,
For sure.
Okay, cool. We in that motherfucker. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is gonna be the best drop that I've ever done for bodies of work. I have content dropping every month. I have a single dropping every month until August.
Dope.
So, I'm on that.
Man, one of the highlights of, you know, everything that you've been doing, man, Sukihana, she had the
Suki with the good coach.
yeah, she had your brand on.
She
you know?
did. So I have my Rider merch. I have my Heart of a Lion merch. I have thongs, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fuck with your boy. You know, I got the thongs on deck, Slurp Sir. And I have my Rider thongs, custom made by my boy Cyberface. He's literally my merch manager. He does everything. All the ideas I have, I just give them to him and he just curated.
How the hell did you even come up with that name though? And then especially like understanding that it is a thong and sin. Because when I see
why not?
I'm like, how do you think of that? Like, what you just at the crib and you just
I do be at the crib. Y'all should see my notes. My notes are insane and full of just, that's what I was saying. That's where my anxiety comes from because all these ideas that pop in my head, nigga, I be having to write this shit down. I'm just like, I'm a freaky frog. So I also am the CEO of Horny Boys. Shout out to my nigga Dre, you know what I'm saying? Spring forever. Woo woo. We got a little group. We be on some bullshit. Like, but we just got a group called Horny Boys, and I apparently am the CEO because of all the ideas that I be coming up with, be on some freaky shit. So I don't know. I'm just like, why not have a thong that say Slurp Sir? Let me give instruction. Let me help you, you know? So.
And she was rocking it too.
Let me tell y'all, that was a 48-hour turnaround. She put that thong on in 48 hours. I gifted it to her. She was here at Pontiac for a showcase that she had. And I hit up the promoter. I was very intentional about that because she had reposted my video of me dancing to her song on her page. It was going up. So everybody was tagging me and I didn't even know she reposted it. Everybody started tagging me. So I'm like, I heard she was coming to Detroit. I ended up reaching out to the promoter and take notes, y'all, because this is for artists, everybody. That's just, if you want something, you have to do it. Plant those seeds and do that shit. Like I was not playing. So I reached out to the promoter. How can I get on this event? You know, whether I can host, whether I can promote, whatever. How can I get a part? He like, all right, you can get a little code, promote, boom, sell tickets. Cool. I got in there. Just so happened to see a nigga that I knew. We done finessed our way backstage. Ooh, bam, I'm gonna finesse my way backstage every time.
That's the dope thing too. Like, just get there.
Just get there.
For all of the people,
just
like,
get there, bro.
Just put yourself in a room and you never know where you may end up.
I'm telling y'all, you really don't. Like, just put yourself there. Because I tell anybody I'm with, I be like, just keep an eye on me because I'm not going to be where you first see me when I came up in here. So I ended up getting backstage. I had a coochie kit for her. I had the thong. I had some yoni herbs, the whole thing for my skincare collection, the Gifted Glow. I gifted it to her, you know, and she ended up bringing me on stage. She actually knew who I was. She remembered my face. So before we got to the backstage part, I was just standing on the side of the stage. She seen me. She pointed me out and was like, come on stage. I got the...
That's hard.
Cutting up in that motherfucker like I ain't had no kid at home. I'm like, oh my God. So I was young and turned, had a good time, gifted her the shit. 2 days later, she ended up posting pic with the shit. She opened up for Trina in Atlanta and had my thong on. That was one of her main pictures on her page. Literally the first thing I woke up to.
That's hard.
I'm just like,
that's hard. That's hard.
She ended up following me and everything. So yeah, me and Suki, we locked in.
And that goes to show you too, man. Like,
good coochie girls is locked in. We don't hate.
For sure, man. That goes to show you too, like with the energy that you got, the ideas, you know, when you got other creators, you know, on that scale that resonate, it's proof.
Yeah.
You know, that you belong.
Every time.
You know what I mean? That's proof and confirmation that you do belong. So at this point, it's all about just continuing to press.
That's it.
Definitely looking forward to seeing everything that you do, you know, this year. Anything that the people don't know that they should know about, any words that you would like to give to your supporters or to your riders.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk to them right now.
All right, y'all. It's your girl, Big Mama, Big Rider, Big AP. I'm just here to say it is so easy to be a mean, hating ass bitch. Do something challenging with your life. You know what I'm saying? Go outside, support somebody, go pay for somebody's shit. It is literally $0 to just be a good, real nigga, you know? And I'm here to say I'm gonna support everybody that I fuck with. I'm gonna support everybody that supports me. And I pray that we all go out and do the same. It's 2025. Literally the first day I went to church this Sunday, for First Sunday, the message was, do not make the same mistakes that you've made already. This is the year to reclaim. Like, you have to repent and then reclaim. It's yours. So all I have to say is get out of your own way. You can't blame nobody for what's happening in your life outside of yourself. And it's just time. Outside of that, what we got cooking up, Birth of a Rider, on the way. Please stay tuned. Y'all gonna love all of the content that we drop for that. It's going to be insane. The Lion's Den season 2 is also coming out. So if you want to tap in, if you want to get an interview done, if you would like to be on the cipher for any of the Lion's Dens, just make sure you follow us on Instagram at the Lion's Den Talk Show. And then also you make sure you follow me on Instagram at Tierra Tanai. If you need your coochie put together, you know what I'm saying? Peace of mind day spa. I am an esthetician, not a made up one, went to school, graduated, all of that, you know what I'm saying? So I can really heal you and put you together. Everything that I do on the outside comes and boils down to the person that you're seeing right now. I can heal you. I can help you. I'm going to give you some good music. I can serenade you. I can cuss you out. You know what I'm saying? And just depending on what you give to me, I'm going to give you back in love double time. So never forget Big Mama, Big Rider, Big AP. We got so much on the way. I just can't wait till y'all see it.
Yeah, man. That's what it is. Definitely appreciate you for pulling up.
Period.
Can't
Thank
wait
you,
to
brother.
see what you do. Again, man, when you drop that album, pull up again. You know, it's on the floor.
On the motherfucking floor.
Tierra Tanai, Post of the Culture, Forum Magazine. Let's get it.
Let's go.